U.S. President Donald Trump is on the cusp of being impeached by the House of Representatives. A historic debate is due to begin at 9 a.m., 2 p.m. GMT, on charges that he abused his power and obstructed U.S. Congress. Votes will then be held, which will leave a defining mark on Mr. Trump's tenure at the White House. Good marks and reviews on the letter I sent to Pelosi today. She is the worst. No wonder with people like her and Cryin Chuck Schumer DC has been such a mess for so long, and that includes the previous administration who, and now we know for sure, spied on my campaign. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, December 18, 2019. Mr. Trump, who would be just the third U.S. president to be impeached, fired off a furious letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Tuesday, denouncing the vicious crusade against him. He also acknowledged he was powerless to stop the expected outcome. The president wrote, "When people look back at this affair, I want them to understand it, and learn for it, so that it can never happen to another president again." Ms. Pelosi, who warned earlier this year against pursuing a strictly partisan impeachment, nonetheless has the necessary numbers from Democrats to approve it. According to a tally compiled by the Associated Press, Mr. Trump is on track to be formally charged by a House majority. Ms. Pelosi wrote to colleagues, "Very sadly, the facts have made clear that the president abused his power for his own personal, political benefit and that he obstructed Congress. In America, no one is above the law. During this very prayerful moment in our nation's history, we must honor our oath to support and defend our Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic." The rare undertaking to impeach a president, set to unfold over more than 6 hours of debate on Wednesday, is splitting U.S. Congress much the way Americans have different views of Mr. Trump's unusual presidency and the articles of impeachment against him. Mr. Trump implores Americans to read the transcript, but the facts of his phone call with the Ukraine president are not necessarily in dispute. The American leader asked Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate Democrats and his 2020 political rival Joe Biden. At the time, the newly elected Ukrainian leader was hoping for a coveted White House visit to showcase his standing with the U.S., his country's most important ally. He was also counting on nearly $400 million, £303 million, in military aid as his country confronts a hostile neighbor, Russia. The question for members of Congress, and Americans, is whether those actions, and the White House's block on officials testifying for the House investigation, are impeachable offenses. In his letter on Tuesday, Mr. Trump defended his absolutely perfect phone call that sparked the info. For more on this story, visit the news article link.